Hey guys, hope you're doing well out there. Let's talk about in this video kind of what I've done this season. So I know it's been a while since I've posted anything. Sorry about that. Just life kind of gets in the way a little bit sometimes, but wanted to do a video today on just kind of like an overview of what I've done so far this season. Um, Really, it hasn't been a whole lot. I mean, that's one of the things of Centipede you want to be careful of, is not to over manage it and get kind of too aggressive with your treatments and your fertilizers and every chemicals and things like that. So the things that I've done consistently, and I've actually kind of backed off my mowing a little bit this year. In previous seasons I mowed like every 5 days, which is very aggressive, only cutting off that really top half inch or whatever, really small amount. I'm really only mowing about once every week. So I was on vacation for a week. I didn't mow it for about 10 days, but came back. It was very shaggy. And one good thing about Centipede, it doesn't lose its color, I find, if you wait a little longer to mow. Yes, it is healthier generally to mow more often, but you can get away with mowing every 7 to 10 days. And I went ahead and just cut it the normal height, and I have not noticed any browning or any kind of stress on the grass from doing that. Centipede's pretty durable in that regard. I mean, the color is fantastic back here. I don't know if the camera does it justice really, but let's do a recap of what I've done this year. So if you see any of my past videos, I recommend that you don't fertilize till May. Mid-April is probably the earliest you can go, but I typically just use May 1st as kind of a standard date to get my first fertilizer application down. And I haven't done an application since. Today's July 4th. Happy 4th of July, by the way. So the things that I've done consistently are carbon applications. I've done probably one every 3 or 4 weeks, and I'm using Carbon Pro G, which is a great product. It has a blend of humic acid and biochar. So what that's going to do is, if you haven't seen my prior video on carbon applications, it really does enhance your soil that's in your lawn to utilize the nutrients better. And really a water absorption is fantastic. Like if you get these heavy downpours in spring like we've had this year, we've had a lot of rain, and so the weed pressure is there, but the grass is able to utilize the rain more efficiently and not puddle up in the lawn. I do get some puddles back here sometimes in these low areas, but that's only if it rains all day, just constant. But it's not near as bad as it used to be. And I think that's from consistent carbon applications, and the soil is just more absorbent. It gets that rich kind of chocolate cake look appearance instead of hard pan, So I highly recommend carbon applications, just overall health of your grass and your soil. Another thing I've been doing, I just fertilize that one time. I use that 16010 that you can find at Lowe's, although I think they are discontinuing that, which is very disappointing. I mean, that was the best fertilizer that I could find anywhere in a common store that everybody has access to, like Lowe's. And that was a natural product that had a blend of synthetic and kind of natural ingredients. And so it was mainly natural because it had kelp meal and blood meal and things like that were naturally occurring. So Centipede likes those mild products, not the Scott's. You can do a Scott's fertilizer, but it's very potent. Those would be great for Bermuda grass or zoysia that need a little bit more nitrogen than Centipede does. But I tend to go toward the natural products that are just healthier and less synthetic, and it's just better for the grass overall. But if you haven't seen my video on that, check it out. It's on that fertilizer and kind of why it's so good, the ingredients and all that stuff. But did a fertilizer application in May 1st. I've done consistent carbon applications probably every 3 or 4 weeks. I mow about once a week. I have not had to water back here at all. We've had so much rain this spring, and as you can see in the This is morning. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't get a whole lot of sunshine on the lawn until like probably 10 a.m., 10 or 11. Um, but man, the fullness of the yard right now just looks great. I do have some weed problems. So what I've done weed application wise, I did an application of Gallery, which we've talked about in previous videos. It's also known as Isoxaben. That's the chemical name. Gallery is the marketing name. That is the preferred pre-emergent for centipede grass. It's not a root pruner. So what that means is if you use prolonged applications of like prodiamine or dimension in centipede, you're going to see a lot of negative effects of that over time. What it does is it's kind of prevents the stolons from spreading with that chemical barrier that's down. So Gallery does not have that root pruning effect, and so it's great for preventing broadleaf weeds. So I did an application of that in May as well to try to prevent chamber bitter, which is the worst weed in centipede grass. I'd say it's a tie between chamber bitter and lespedeza are the worst offenders in centipede grass as far as weeds are concerned. Now, the good thing about the main weed controls I use are Gallery for pre-emergent, Celsius for post-emergent, which is great for killing crabgrass if you have crabgrass in a centipede lawn, but it also kills it actually is labeled for chamber bitter, which is fantastic. There's not many products at all that are labeled to kill chamber bitter, especially on centipede grass. So that's about the only one you have available out there. And then a change-up herbicide is fantastic for broadleaf weeds, just general broadleaf cleanup, like clover and ground ivy, and it's good on lespedeza. So, and it's quick results too. Celsius takes a little bit longer for the results, but it definitely works. It's going to take several days longer before you start seeing the stunting of the weeds. But like I said, it's labeled for crabgrass if you have that in your lawn, which I do on kind of the outskirts of the lawn. It's not really in the good parts of the lawn, like the main areas, but on the edges, I can have some crabgrass issues. I really just kind of hand pull, but I do spray with Celsius if I need to. But the only weed applications I've done this year is a Gallery application, and I did a change-up application. So I'm due for a second Gallery application, which I'm going to do this morning before it gets too hot. I like to apply this when it's calm out, when the wind's not going to blow it around from my spray. And then on top of that, on top of the Gallery, I'm going to do like a kind of a spot treat with either Celsius or change-up, and just kind of clean up some of the broadleaf weeds that I'm seeing. So, Gallery's great, but it's not going to get every single weed you have in your lawn. But the main goal with the Gallery is just to prevent that chamber bitter, which I usually see in June, July, midsummer. I am seeing it some on the outskirts of the lawn. I have some kind of natural areas that I don't treat at all. And those areas, I'm seeing chamber bitter a lot. And so I'm going to kill that off with some Celsius. And then, I do anticipate having a drought this late summer. So with that, I'll start watering the lawn a little bit more. Like I said, I haven't had to drag a sprinkler out here all year, and it's July 4th. So that is great. And one good thing about centipede grass is it's very drought tolerant. So you can go like weeks without a rain shower or watering your lawn, and it's still going to keep its color. I mean, mine does. I think that has to do with the carbon applications. It's not going to go dormant as easily as like some of the other warm season grasses. And if we do have a prolonged drought, which we usually get in late summer, like August, September. I mean, I think last year it didn't rain for a solid month, or maybe even 2 months, I can't remember, but you get that one shower. After that month mark, it starts to kind of really show its drought effects, and it kind of bakes out, dries out. But that one good shower and centipede bounces back like nothing ever happened. You'll come out the next day and after a rain shower, and it'll retain its color again. I mean, it's really drought tolerant, and that's one of the positives of centipede grass. So I wanted to give kind of a rambling overview of what I've done this season so far. I know it's been a while since I've updated the channel. Gonna try to get a few more videos out before the end of the season, at least a few more. And but I wanted to give kind of an overview of what I've done. I've had a few questions about that this year. But I am gonna throw down this gallery application, and I may do one more fertilizer application. I haven't decided yet. I'm really happy with the way it's just full. And I've got parts of the lawn that are full that in the past have struggled. Like under these, I've got a giant tree right there that in this area in the past has struggled a lot, and it's full now, as you can see. So, you know, I'm really happy with overall with the way the lawn's looking so far this year. Have a good rest of your summer. Happy 4th of July again, and we'll talk soon. Thanks for watching.